Hi, this is Tom Nunamaker with Capital Discussions. This is my trade update for July 29th, 2014. So we have a chart of the VIX futures, the VIX, and the ES futures, which is the S&P E-mini. Now the futures contracts are this red line right here that's blue when I hover over it. The VIX is this bottom one that's colored. Then the VIX August futures are here. The next line is the September futures for the VIX and the October futures for the VIX. So we notice that the VIX futures, the longer out you go, the flatter they are. They didn't really move much today. So there's not really any increase, a little bit, not here. But this future basically is unchanged from the open of the day. This one's just about the same, and this one's just up just barely a bit. The VIX itself is actually up from about 1260 to 1328, but the futures aren't really moving that much. So they're not really telling me that this is a big sell-off yet. And if you look at the chart of 3 months for the SPX, yes, we have a trend line here. It's kind of flirting with that. Maybe it'll go a little bit lower. We do have this kind of consolidation range. We bounced out of it a little bit, came right back in it, and we're right in the middle of it. So if we stay plus or minus 15 points, we're going to stay in this consolidation range. And the market could just be going sideways. The VIX futures don't really give me a story that it's getting ready to just explode to the downside or the bottom fall out. Now we'll take a look at it and keep watching it naturally, but I anticipate it either going sideways or maybe drifting a little bit lower. It's showing a little bit of weakness here. And I just got filled on adding another put debit spread on my futures broken wing butterfly, and I'll show you that in a minute. So actually here we are. So I actually got filled on this. So let's see, let me go convert that, and let me go to the T-log, go to the bottom. And let me see what prices I got filled at. So I bought one at 20 and a quarter, sold one at 15. So 20 and a quarter, that's at 15. And the commissions were what? 142. Alright, so now my option view is updated. This says we're at a $267 loss, and here's our lines. Here's the expiration line. So it looks a little bit like volatility induced. Normally we would be right here, which should be about a $37 loss, and we're a little bit higher than that. So let's bump the volatility up. 1.1, 1.2 is about right. So that's about where the volatility is kind of showing this, implying, if you will. Now I did buy that extra put spread, so we lowered this profit from 691 down to 426. Remember, it's a $5 and quarter and 25 cents, which is 525 divided by 2, because remember it's $50 a point, not 100. So we gave up about what, 260 some dollars, something like that, to add another put debit spread. And you can see it flattens this out. And the reason I did that is I was looking at the Greek calculator, and we were a little bit here. It was kind of alerting us that the data to delta ratio was getting pretty close to 1-to-1 if we had a 1 sigma move to the downside. So I calculated it with that put debit spread, and it looked a lot nicer. So I just made a small correction to this to kind of flatten us out just a hair, in case we keep moving down. We're still a positive delta. It was 26, now we're 18. Data is about the same, and Vega is pretty close to what it was. Hasn't really changed much, but we're in pretty good shape for this trade right now. If we look at the T plus 21, which is August 19th, then there's actually some pretty nice profit in this. Now our margin on this trade, the Reg T margin is futures options margin is 5,600, but the Reg T, if you just zoom out and you see what your max risk is down here, so it's about 12,500 is the max risk that we have on this trade. So if we come in here, if it sells off a little bit and maybe gets down to this range, there'll be around a $900 to $1,000 profit on a $12,500 margin for Reg T. So let's just do 950 divided by 12. So that's a 7.6% return on the max margin that we could use on this. Now we're really only using not even half of that, 5,600. So we're in pretty good shape margin-wise. Line is nice and flat. We just have to wait and see where the market goes, but we're in pretty good shape if it sells off a little bit. If it sells off too much, we'll have to be more aggressive in getting more negative delta. But for now, it's not too bad. If we go to the S&P 500, that closed at 1970, 25 or 27. And let me just update the prices from Interactive Brokers. Let's see, here's all my trades. Let me just scroll down a little bit, sorry about that. Okay, so this one is, which one is that? SPX, it's this one. So I'm looking at the 1945s, and the mid price is 1860, and the next one is 1290, and this one is 565. So this says we're up $132 on this trade, and this is where we're looking. If we set the volatility, let's see where we're at. At the money put vol is 11.3, so if we set that, even here, we're still option saying a 91% probability of profit in 24 days. So if we add some more lines and zoom in, let's just take a look at it. So if we go to 16 days, we'll get pretty close to our max profit of about 1,700. So if we can hang in there for at least 2 weeks, that'll be good. We're still pretty flat on here. The trade has already elapsed a week, so we've gotten a little bit of theta out of the way, and we still have some distance to our upper long put strike. So it can sell off still quite a bit, and we're not in bad shape at all. So we'll just keep watching it. We have decent theta, so let's just hope theta does its job and keeps us making money. Anything else? So I did want to show you this forecast.org chart. This is their extended forecast that goes out for 3 years, but you can see they're forecasting a pretty good downtrend. So I respect their forecast. They generally do a pretty good job. It's hard to trade it off of this, but you can respect the general trend. So if you see a bearish trend developing, I wouldn't be surprised, and don't be shy about defending yourself on the downside, either shorting some futures, buying some puts, buying some put spreads, that kind of thing. But that's about it for today. I updated the forums. I am working on our members site. I did some work on the integration with the forums, so it'll keep you updated on what's latest with the forums and the economic events that are coming up for the next 3 trading days. But I'm still working on that, still not ready to release, but I'm guessing in the next few weeks we'll be able to roll that out. So that's all for today. Good trading, have a good relaxing evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.